More Terrazzo installations, better Terrazzo installations, and a thriving Terrazzo industry. That's why we are here tonight and the reason for the NTMA Honor Awards. We are here to honor you and thank you for working with us to grow our industry. Good evening, members and guests, and thank you for joining us for the National Terrazzo and Mosaic Association's 2020 Honor Awards ceremony. In this year's selection of awards, you will see several stunning examples of historic renovation. We noted projects that demonstrate exemplary terrazzo work on vertical surfaces. Others showcase incredible work with large aggregates. These stellar terrazzo installations demonstrate superior craft, relentless attention to detail, sensitive artistry, and originality. Several of the entries this year mentioned that it was the first terrazzo project for the designer, artist, or architect, or a city's first public art project in which terrazzo was specified. New professionals joining us in our industry, this is a confirmation that your inspiring work is being noticed. For some 60 years now, NTMA's Honor Awards have recognized the exceptional work of our contractor members and your contributions to the industry. These awards are your chance as our members to showcase your hard work and achievements. The NTMA Honor Awards are important because they are the best way we know to acknowledge and reward your expertise. Your craftsmanship on a gorgeous installation is the best advertisement for terrazzo. Your skill is the best argument for NTMA member contractors as the sole source for quality terrazzo. For 97 years now, the NTMA has been striving to benefit its members, set standards for the industry, and promote terrazzo as an unrivaled material. If you've been around for a while, you know the Honor Awards competition is tough. This year's entries, without exception, are distinctive. All are jobs to be proud of and credits to our industry. How do we decide which entries to honor and which to give the top honor? As every year, this year's awards recipients were chosen through extended and thoughtful deliberation. A group of carefully selected industry experts and design professionals were charged with the tasks of judging the entries. Without knowing the name of the project, its location, or the identities of any of the parties involved, each judge independently evaluated the projects based on the photos and descriptions submitted. Ratings are given for the design and aesthetics of the project as a whole and the level of craftsmanship. The amount of work and the difficulty of the work is also taken into account. The scores are tallied and the winners fall into line. We extend our heartfelt thanks to every contractor who submitted a project to the Honor Award program this year. We invite all of you to submit your best jobs next year. And here are the 2020 projects submitted for judging. Lackawanna Consolidated School District Middle and High School, T.D. Zoller Tile Corporation. O'Hare International Airport, Menconi, Terrazzo. North Shore Senior High School, Southern Tile and Terrazzo Company. District 1 Community Center, Advanced Terrazzo and Tile Company. The John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, Roman Mosaic and Tile Company. Atrium of Aerospace, Terrazzo Designs, LLC. M1 Bank Shares, Missouri Terrazzo. South Carolina Ports Authority, David Allen Company. St. Joan of Arc Catholic Church Restoration, Santa Rosa Mosaic and Tile Company. Endeavor Elementary School, Roman Mosaic and Tile Company. Murano at Portofino, Creative Terrazzo Systems. KAOS Nightclub at Palms Casino, Corradini Corporation. Bill Ricca Memorial High School, DePauli Mosaic Company. Winona State University, Grazzini Brothers and Company. Heroes Park Regional Library, Advanced Terrazzo Company. Galena Park Elementary School, Southern Tile and Terrazzo Company. Cincinnati Union Terminal Fountain, Santa Rosa Mosaic and Tile Company. Pennsylvania Convention Grand Hall, Roman Mosaic and Tile Company. St. Louis County Government Services Center North, WTG Terrazzo and Tile. Berea College, Martina Brothers Company. The Country School, Roman Mosaic and Tile Company. Franklin Park Community Center, John Coretti and Company. The Lawrence School Abbott Dining Hall, Yori Tile and Terrazzo. Enoch Pratt Free Library, Roman Mosaic and Tile Company. Hart County High School, Rosa Mosaic and Tile Company. St. Sava Serbian Orthodox Church, O.A. Bertine Company. Woodland Acres Elementary School, Southern Tile and Terrazzo Company. And now we present to you the NTMA 2020 Honor Award winners. This health center integrates the realms of fitness, medicine, and wellness. The beautiful artistry of 6 terrazzo medallions in 30 colors of epoxy thin-set terrazzo is set to advantage against the muted floor and gorgeous woodwork of the warm, inviting common area. Proper coordination and communication were key contributors to making this one-of-a-kind installation a success. Intricate strip work went into the medallions, which take inspiration from the 7 dimensions of wellness and are both striking art pieces and symbolic for orienting visitors. The medallion that depicts lush greens and vibrant fruits is outside the cafe and kitchen. The medallion reflecting social well-being, alive with buzzing bees working together, has been placed near the Community Conference Center, and the medallion illustrating physical well-being is located near the Wellness Center. The medallions were outlined with black PVC strips for high contrast between the vibrant resin colors. Divider strips on this project were both hand-bent and water jet cut. 2-piece precast tread and risers that incorporate metal inlay lettering were also installed, as was coved, poured-in-place base. For outstanding craftsmanship on this lovely creative use of terrazzo at the Center for Health and Wellbeing in Winter Park, Florida, we honor the David Allen Company of Raleigh, North Carolina. This appealing epoxy terrazzo floor in a new elementary school is a complete package. Its 7 bright, cheerful colors are charmingly appropriate and contribute to a pleasant flow in the building and just the right look for an elementary school. The school district had used terrazzo flooring in the high traffic areas in most of their schools previously and gave designers a freer hand with this project. The floor's engaging design aids in directional wayfinding and is well integrated into the architectural space and with the adjacent floor finishes. Note the carpet accent design matching up with the accent color in the terrazzo. Craftsmanship is demonstrated in the clean, consistent work and tightly packed acute angles. The aluminum strips were hand-bent on site and the base was precast. Completed in 4 months, this installation was a fast-track construction project in winter where the building was not closed in for the cold weather, so installers worked around limited access to the job site. For this successful and beautifully presented job at Walnut Grove Elementary School in Bargersville, Indiana, our congratulations go to Santa Rosa Mosaic and Tile Company of Indianapolis, Indiana. This stylish, concept-driven space is inspired by the central narrative of Depression glass knives. From the mid-1920s through the 1940s, glass knives were made specifically for cutting fruits and cakes, as the steel knives of the time would tarnish when cutting citrus and leave a metallic taste in food. Every element of the retro interior design of this new cafe, from the knife collection displayed in the 18-seat communal table in American walnut to the design of the custom terrazzo floor, references these vintage knives. The well-framed star pattern in the floor reflects the detailing commonly found on the handle of a glass knife. The colors of the terrazzo stars come from the knives, and each star is embedded with chips of crushed glass knives that belong to the cafe owner's mother. Black plastic strips contrast nicely with the bright resin colors. The crisp, eye-catching design is beautifully complemented with brass, which is incorporated into the black stars with brass shavings. Please give a big round of applause to Alpine Terrazzo in Maitland, Florida for this winsome and well-crafted project at the Glass Knife in Winter Park, Florida. This iconic auditorium was a state-of-the-art facility when it opened in 1939, but in recent years it needed an update. These updates included infrastructure upgrades, structural repairs, and new finishes. The intricate new floor patterns proposed by the architects provided the perfect opportunity to showcase Terrazzo's design capacity as well as the contractor's skills in sand cushion and epoxy systems. Impressive craftsmanship on this installation is evident in the alignment of panels, the hand-bent strip work, the density of colors, and the consistency of aggregates. A wide array of aggregates and colors were sourced to provide a period-accurate design to complement the Art Deco-style architecture. Lacking as-built drawings of the historic structure to base the design work upon, the Terrazzo contractor worked with the general contractor, relying on state-of-the-art 3D laser scanning to capture accurate dimensions on a large scale. The original floor was concrete. Terrazzo was poured over the existing floor on the interior, and the original exterior floor was demolished before the terrazzo was installed. NTMA offers its compliments for this splendid installation at Chaffey High School's Gardner W. Spring Auditorium in Ontario, California, to Top End Terrazzo of Sun Valley, California. This sand cushion Venetian terrazzo project is installed in the basement of a new office skyscraper. The use of the large number 3 to 5 aggregate complements the scale of the classically simple space. The terrazzo is all poured in place on the floors, ramps, stairs, caps, treads, and risers. Terrazzo crews also floated the sizable walls at the ramps. NTMA judges were impressed by the execution on the tread and risers, and the time and skill that went into grinding, particularly on the large chips on the edge of the ramps. They also noted the density of the aggregate and the perfectly flat vertical surfaces. This project was completed in 3 months. Installers reported considerable logistical obstacles along the way. Denied mechanical access to the basement area during the day, they mixed the mortar bed on the street level before lowering the mix to the basement with a forklift, electric winch hoist, and round gate concrete bucket. Elevator access was granted for 2 to 3 hours a night to lower materials into the basement. We offer our compliments for this exceptional achievement at Bank of America Tower in Houston to Southern Tile and Terrazzo Company of Houston, Texas. This transformation of an old industrial site into a multi-use facility was accomplished with an amazing combination of Palladiana and Venetian terrazzo. Great artisanal craftsmanship is demonstrated in the textured curves of this space-defining platform. Its benches, planters, and steps turn an office building lobby into a productive meeting space. The vertical Venetian terrazzo panels, with radius corners around planters and benches, are precast. Aggregate sizes number 1 to number 3 are complemented with 2-inch brass inlays. The distinctive inside radii on the staircase were templated and produced off-site at the terrazzo contractor's precast facility. The terrazzo steps are all handmade, with bookmarked marble throughout. Though the nosings render the appearance of a 2-inch thick slab Palladiana stair, the innovative design is achieved with a 3/8-inch thin-set epoxy terrazzo system. To expedite the schedule, the hand-broken marble was fractured, mounted, and installed off-site in numbered sheets, and reassembled on-site like pieces of a puzzle. The entire floor was ground and polished to 1200 grit as a monolithic whole. The NTMA offers its compliments to Yori Tile and Terrazzo of Allentown, Pennsylvania, for an inspired installation in New York City's Hudson Square lobby. The floor is the focal point in this playful and creative installation in 34 colors that caught the eye of NTMA judges. Local artists collaborated on the design, which is a hit with children and their parents. The design is appropriate for its use in a new community center and successfully achieves its intent. Art mirrors the function of the facility as the floor in the hallway maps the life cycle of a frog, from egg to tadpole to adult, to assist in wayfinding in the progression of rooms from toddlers to grade school to teens. The well-executed water jet cut strip design depicts overlapping ripples in the water in a range of shades of blue. Installers faced several challenges, beginning with the discovery that the CAD drawing provided didn't match the building's size and dimensions. New colors were submitted for approval 2 weeks before installation. 6 to 8 colors were installed each day, from a gallon of mix to up to 6 wheelbarrows for a color. The large brass flowers were hand ground to level them out with the rest of the floor. The installation took 5 weeks. For this exemplary contribution to the industry at Frogtown Community Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, we applaud Terrazzo Designs LLC of Menconi, Wisconsin. This new 20-story LEED Gold certified tower serves as a high-performance workplace for over 1,000 employees. Terrazzo color blocking accents and highlights architectural elements of the minimalistic modern design. Spaces are subtly defined with lighting, as well as terrazzo accent borders, radius patterns, and divider strip accents. A handsome water jet cut herringbone strip pattern caught the judge's attention. This crisp, clean installation consists of epoxy terrazzo in 3 colors with a mix of marble, glass, and mother-of-pearl aggregate. The second and third levels are connected by a fabulous monumental stair. The precast stair's open design includes risers on the front and back of the treads to cover the steel substrate. A poured-in-place landing accentuates the design. The installation required moisture mitigation membrane and full coverage crack isolation membrane. Extensive screeding was required to achieve accepted tolerances for a flat level floor. For their superb work at 600 Canal Place in downtown Richmond, Virginia, this honor award goes to Pompey Incorporated of Newport News, Virginia. Astronomy is the high-impact theme of the interior design in this new middle school. The project's many assets include 18 vibrant, consistent colors, a flat, glossy floor, and a harmonious design reflected in lighting, finishes, and flooring. In the lobby of the school's 100-seat planetarium, the solar system is laid out in terrazzo, with the sun and planets in scale relative to each other and including details such as Jupiter's spot and Saturn's rings. Asteroids and stars are represented by glow-in-the-dark terrazzo, and orbit rings are depicted by divider strips. Cast aluminum labels for the planets and even a NASA satellite are also inset in the terrazzo. The curving corridor that crosses the entire school features a sine wave in terrazzo. All elements of the corridor floors were placed on-site with no prefabrication. The divider strips were bent, measured, and installed symmetrically and consistently across the project, which was completed in 12 weeks. At the intersection of the main corridors is a 40-foot diameter school logo. The installation also includes 2 flights of self-supporting precast terrazzo stairs. Congratulations for this fantastic project at Fairforest Middle School in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Go to the David Allen Company. Exemplary work on vertical surfaces distinguishes this meticulously executed project. In this renovation and remodel of a 1923 stadium, the installation of epoxy terrazzo in 7 colors included a new tower, suites, restrooms, press boxes, lobbies, lounges, concessions, and 6 elevator cabs across 7 stories. The goal was to create a timeless yet upscale look to last the life of the building while honoring the stadium's heritage as one of only 4 historic stadiums in the U.S. and a designated National Historic Landmark. The design's symmetry and elegance is centered on the geometric pattern in the main lobby. The 4 circular cast-in-place stairs with terrazzo stringer on the inside and outside walls were all completed by hand. Installers met the challenges of black terrazzo, which continues from inside the stairs to wrap around the outside of the stringer and down the walls. The terrazzo stringer also continues up the inside wall and wraps all the way around, creating a 2-foot base in the lobby. Tight tolerances were imperative, and installers achieved impeccable detail in the radii, corners, walls, and stringers. This excellent installation in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum is the work of the Corradini Corporation of Fountain Valley, California. This welcoming space, with its tasteful and precisely patterned terrazzo floor, is in a brand new LEED-certified hospital pavilion. The terrazzo floor plays its role to perfection in the Mediterranean-inspired design of the 5-story facility and harmonizes beautifully with other finishes. The warm, neutral color scheme of the floor coordinates with the bronze and warm cherry wood, all contributing to a bright and calming environment for visitors. Installers are rightfully proud of the flatness of this high-polished floor, showcased by extensive critical lighting. The terrazzo crew did an outstanding job on the strip work, all hand-bent in the field. Exceptional craftsmanship is demonstrated particularly in the precision of the strip intersections and consistency in the tight points and radii of the intricate circle pattern, as well as the precast 12-inch flat base throughout. The strip pattern successfully aligns in the corridor to appear uniform between non-uniform columns. The installation was completed in 4 phases over 12 weeks. Our congratulations to the Stewart Mellon Company of Tampa for a first-class presentation of this well-executed project at Winter Park Memorial Hospital's Advent Health Nicholson Pavilion in Florida. This iconic lobby is a designated New York City landmark. The masterpiece of mid-century modernism opened in 1959, designed by Rockefeller Center architect Michael Harris. The iconic Eames Time Life chairs were created for this classic interior. During renovations, the original Venetian sand cushion terrazzo floor was removed and a duplicate new floor was installed, with the terrazzo design continuing from the main lobby into the elevators with an epoxy resin binder. Plywood templates were made to recreate the serpentine design, inspired by the sidewalks of Rio de Janeiro's Copacabana beach. The setting bed screed varied from 3 to 9 inches thick. Job conditions allowed crews to install only 8 yards of setting bed and divider strips daily. The project was done in 3 phases in an unheated building, with deliveries made from a street-level sidewalk amid traffic. 2 original large-scale works of art worth millions of dollars remained on the walls during the Terrazzo installation and had to be protected. For this outstanding job at 1271 Avenue of the Americas in New York City, the iconic Time in Life building, NTMA offers its compliments to D. Magnan & Company of Mount Vernon, New York. The renovation and expansion of this 64-year-old high school showcases a classic yet engaging design and tasteful use of school colors and logo. The focal point of the main lobby area is amphitheater-style seating with benches of poured-in-place terrazzo with inlaid maple seats. Seating is accessed by 12-foot-wide precast terrazzo steps, risers, and landing. Precast was originally specified for the bench seating area and stairs, but the team decided to infill the metal decking with a mixture of sand and epoxy. Wood grounds were used to indicate the exact thickness of the wood seating. Terrazzo was then poured 21 inches high and 36 inches deep to meet the finish level of the wood seating. The terrazzo was rough ground and polished by hand with a nosing tool. A challenge was to ensure that the grout joint of the poured-in-place terrazzo would meet the grout joints in the precast steps that were installed later. The terrazzo continues throughout the new addition of the school with a 4-color design and is completed with 4-inch precast wall base. The contractor on this successfully executed project at Ladue Horton Watkins High School in Ladue, Missouri, is Missouri Terrazzo of St. Louis. 22 vibrant colors of epoxy terrazzo with white glass, clear glass, mirror, and marble chips with a complex water jet cut aluminum divider strip pattern were used to create this intricate and striking work of art. This new college facility for innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship engaged the local indigenous community in its design development. The terrazzo contractor worked closely with the artist, a member of the Neshkandecha First Nation, to ensure that his vision was translated onto the floor accurately, with multiple color samples produced. The terrazzo contractor installed a 2.5-inch conventional sand and cement underbed in the 3-inch depression in the structural slab where the medallion was to be installed. This was followed by a moisture mitigation membrane treatment, then a full coverage fiber-reinforced crack isolation membrane. The terrazzo floor was completed in 15 days and polished to a 400 grit finish. This honor award goes to Franklin Terrazzo Company of Chatham, Ontario, Canada, for their remarkable work in Seneca College of Applied Arts and Technology in North York, Ontario. This gorgeous renovation of a historic building features impressive craftsmanship, particularly on the vertical terrazzo work. Designed in the early 1970s as home to a bank, the mid-century architecture lends itself to an impressive new hotel. A brass feature wall and original oak paneling are complemented by terrazzo floors that replaced old tile. The 3-color epoxy terrazzo enhances the beauty of the space. The restrooms are extraordinary, with floor-to-ceiling terrazzo. Installers poured a scratch coat of sand and epoxy resin over plywood, integrated a horizontal brass divider strip pattern, then poured the terrazzo, which was hand ground and finished. The bar front is also poured in place. The divider strip pattern was all hand bent on site and heightens the retro colors and patterns of the lobby and cafe. The Terrazzo was finished to 3,000 grit polish and completed in 4 weeks. The project received a 2019 Historic Preservation Award from the Metro Nashville Historic Commission. All those involved can be proud of the results. For a beautiful job at the Fairlane Hotel, we congratulate the David Allen Company. This new 6-story university engineering facility offers state-of-the-art teaching spaces with a sophisticated, understated design. The simple Terrazzo palette helps define zones and aids in wayfinding and harmonizes with interior finishes throughout the public space. Linear stainless steel accent planks in a dynamic pattern give a sense of movement throughout the primary lobby. The 14-inch lighted cove base in the main corridor won high points with NTMA judges. Terrazzo precast draws the eye throughout the project from the lighted cove to the 6-story stairwell and stairway wall panel in the seating area. Layout and setting of the stainless steel planks in multiple sizes was one challenge of the project. The Terrazzo was poured 1/2 inch thick to accommodate the planks. All substrate joints were honored with Terrazzo expansion strips, with additional expansion strips set to accommodate a radiant heat system in the floor. The Terrazzo was finished to 2,000 grit to ensure a consistent finish with the stainless steel inlays. Both great vertical work and a smooth flat floor were achieved here. Congratulations for a tremendous job at Pennsylvania State University's Chemical and Biomedical Engineering Building in State College, Pennsylvania. Go to Yori Tile and Terrazzo. This sumptuous, tightly composed Art Deco style floor in 6 colors was installed in 3 weeks. The Perfume Passage Museum is the first private museum dedicated to preserving the history and artistry of perfume bottles and related items. The installation of a museum-quality floor was a unique opportunity for the installer, from the design layout to the final polish. They displayed their layout capabilities by lining up millwork and lighting with hand-bent strips in a complex design of curves. The strip work on an exacting layout with tight radii is impressive. The level of expectation on this high-end project, combined with producing over 100 samples to get the right color combination to bring the design to life, presented a challenge. All dimensions were calculated with CAD. The field measurements were placed into a shop drawing and then transferred by hand to the floor with precision and symmetry. Radius templates were then made to guide the hand-bent strip layout. The contractor on this elegant example of Terrazzo artistry at the Sanfilippo Perfume Passage Museum in Barrington, Illinois, is Amici Terrazzo of Elk Grove Village, Illinois. This National Historic Site and modern marvel of engineering receives over 1 million visitors each year. The Visitor Center, originally opened in 1995, was renovated and upgraded in 2018 to include beautiful Terrazzo floors. Most of the flooring in the dam itself is original Terrazzo from the 1930s, but many areas are no longer accessible to visitors. This impressive project recreated some of these original Terrazzo floor inlays to make them visible to the public once again. Guests can now view 4 replicated Terrazzo inlays, including a large Bureau of Reclamation logo created from the 1936 Art Deco designs of artist Alan Tupper True, who was inspired by the Southwest Native American culture and the elements of hydroelectric energy. The intricate design inlays were precision water jet cut from zinc plates and hand troweled into place. The seamless epoxy Terrazzo installation includes an amazing poured-in-place spiral staircase with a coved base stringer on the inside and a waterfall edge on the outside to ensure ease of maintenance. Remarkable craftsmanship is evident in the sharp inside corners and excellent work on the stringers and radii. For this outstanding job at the Hoover Dam, the NTMA offers its compliments to top-end Terrazzo. And now, the moment you have been waiting for. The National Terrazzo and Mosaic Association is proud to present the 2020 Job of the Year. This amazing sand cushion Venetian terrazzo installation is an example of outstanding workmanship. The monochromatic terrazzo is installed in the basement of the Bank of America skyscraper in Houston, where a 35,000 square foot hub encompasses a market, bar, restaurant, and tunnels connecting to other buildings. The community area in the 35-story office tower will also offer fitness and activity centers and art installations. The use of the larger number 3 to 5 marble aggregate complements the scale of the space, which is beautifully designed and classically refined. The focal point of all the finishes, the terrazzo, is poured in place on the floors, ramps, stairs, caps, treads, and risers. Terrazzo crews also floated the sizable walls at the ramps. NTMA judges were impressed by the execution on the tread and risers and the time and skill that went into grinding, particularly on the large chips on the edge of the ramps. They noted the chip pattern and density of the marble aggregate and the perfectly flat vertical surfaces. An impressive feat, this project was completed in 3 months. Installers reported considerable logistical obstacles on this project. They had to move around the job site and were denied mechanical access to the basement area during the day. The project required over 4,000 bags of marble chips, along with almost 1,400 bags of gray Portland cement, 900 bags of white Portland cement, and 300 yards of sand. The terrazzo contractor mixed the mortar bed on the street level before lowering the mix to the basement with a forklift, electric winch hoist, and a round gate concrete bucket. Access was granted for 2 to 3 hours a night to lower chips, cement, and terrazzo equipment into the basement via interior elevator. Terrazzo grinding slurry was removed with the electric winch hoist. The tower has been recognized as the first LEED V4 Platinum Core and Shell certified project in the U.S. NTMA offers its highest compliments for an exceptional achievement at Bank of America Tower in downtown Houston to Southern Tile and Terrazzo Company. This concludes the National Terrazzo and Mosaic Association's 2020 Honor Awards. Thank you to the judges and to you, our NTMA members. We look forward to seeing what 2021 brings us.